This is the Electric Principal, and I'm here today with Patrick, the head tech slash foreman slash head EV mechanic at Crossroads Hyundai. And he's going to do a job that he's only done twice before, and that is putting in a new battery into an IONIQ 5. And we've sold over 400 IONIQ 5s, but we've only had to replace the batteries in 3 of them. It doesn't happen very often. But I thought this would be a good opportunity for our audience here to see what it takes to change a battery, what those batteries look like, how they fit into the bottom of the car, and to meet a gentleman who's changing the EV world, and that's Patrick. Patrick, how long does it take you to put in this 78.4 kilowatt battery?
3 and 5 hours, depending on, what's going on.
And the battery weighs how much, Patrick?
So these batteries weigh 1,100 pounds, so they're not light.
And is there a lot of things you have to do to prepare the battery, Patrick, or is it pretty much just plug and play and away we go?
It is pretty much plug and play. You put it in the car and then you put the coolant in it and then make the electric water pump work. I've been working on cars professionally for 25 years. Yeah, and I mean, I've always liked working with my hands and helping people. Oh, when I was graduating high school, it was kind of one of those, all right, what do I want to do with my life? Yeah. And I like working with my hands. I like helping people. I like making people feel good. My thoughts kind of came down to working on cars or massage therapists, which that's kind of a weird spread. But I liked working on cars a lot more.
So Patrick, I see that you remove the coolant that is around the battery. Is that coolant necessary for the battery to function properly? What does it do?
So if electronics get hot, especially during the summer. So it's necessary to keep the battery cool to keep it working properly. There's not a lot of people that think about that constantly.
Patrick, you still work on gas cars, but not every mechanic chooses to move forward and start working on electric cars.
The last place I worked at, I was their lead tech. Don't get me wrong, it was a great job. I liked working there. It was just one of those, it was time for a change.
What impresses me the most about you, Patrick, is you're willing to learn new things. Not every mechanic is up and ready to learn new things like electric cars.
Oh, no. So it was kind of one of those, one of my friends had told me about the position that was open over here. And I thought about it, and I came and talked to Gary. And it was kind of one of those, I know EVs are never going anywhere. That I don't know if they'll continue to build in popularity, but I know they're never going anywhere. We do need to help protect the environment. And it's something at my last job, I was doing the same thing all the time. So it was one of those, I'm going to have to learn it eventually, especially if I'm going to stay in this field. So I might as well.
26 bolts holds that thing in place. Those are big bolts. Well, Patrick, we're just going to let the time lapse continue running here while you're finishing up this project. I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to do this little interview with me. And I really appreciate what you're doing for the EVs at Crossroads, and just as importantly in the industry as a whole. It's guys like you that make the EV industry really work. And you're a behind the scenes guy. People don't realize all the changes and adaptations you have done to make this EV industry work and to keep EVs on the road. Thanks, Patrick.
Yep.